It's attracting national attention this week. A Missouri lawmaker has proposed a bill that would send his fellow lawmakers to prison if they propose more gun control legislation. House Bill 633, proposed by Mike Lira, a St. Louis County Republican, would make it a felony, punishable with up to 4 years in prison, for anyone who proposes a piece of legislation that further restricts the rights of an individual to bear arms as set forth under the Second Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. Can a lawmaker actually do this?
Well, he can. It's just that it's not going to go anywhere, because we had a situation last week where Representative Rory Ellinger from suburban St. Louis introduced a measure with 4 co-sponsors, and the assault weapons definition got so far expanded that he finally said, okay, I wasn't serious about it, I just wanted to get a dialogue started. I suspect that's the case here as well.
But this is all born out of a huge frustration, Sam Zeff, with all of these new gun control measures that are going not just in all across the country as a result of the massacre at Sandy Hook Elementary School.
Yeah, I think the legislature in both Kansas and Missouri is sort of grasping at straws, trying to show their own base that they're not going to take it, they're not going to stand for any new federal legislation that would further restrict any sort of gun ownership. And to answer your question, can he file such a bill? Well, yeah, but this comes with some cost. I mean, legislative services write it. It has to be printed. There's staff time. It's just a waste of time and money.
Well, and there's one other cost, and that is lawmakers may not take too kindly to legislation like this. His colleagues might be a little more upset, even those who support gun legislation. So my guess is, maybe he would hope this would die down fairly quickly.
Did it come up on your radio show this week with your listeners?
From a practical standpoint, my colleague Scott Parks said, Missouri is now ground zero as a perfect example of why we cannot have an intelligent debate about gun violence in America. We just can't. We have one lawmaker, a Democrat, saying, well, let's just round up and confiscate guns. Well, that's not going to happen. And then we have this dingbat saying what he's saying. And Scott said, it just goes to show you no one is willing to come to the table with a real, serious, intelligent debate about moving forward with real solutions. Yay, Missouri.
Yes. And is anything happening with regards to guns in either state as a result of the Sandy Hook Elementary School?
Nothing substantial. And the interesting thing is that if you talk to the experts, a lot will tell you that one of the big problems is the reporting system, people that have mental problems. Then you get into the HIPAA laws, and out of the entire U.S., there are only about 12 states that regularly report.